guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video on verbos al revés or backwards verbs. These are verbs like gustar, chocar, and encantar, verbs where the subject comes at the end of the sentence and the object is before, so unlike our pattern in English. So I'm going to be giving you guys the actual pattern and formula that you want to use to build sentences with these verbs, and then I'm going to run through a couple examples. So hope you guys enjoy, and I hope that it's helpful. Alright, so here is the sentence formula for verbos al revés, or for backwards verbs. So to start out, I'm just going to give you guys like an example sentence of what you guys might be used to seeing. So I know you guys have used me gusta and things like that. So I'm going to start with writing me gusta and then comer. That's an easy enough subject to use. So for this one, I'm just going to identify the parts for you guys. So this me here, this is part of these pronouns here. So you use me, te, le, nos, os, or les as one of the object pronouns when you're using verbos al revés. So the me is like the object of the sentence. So now gusta, that is going to be your verb of the sentence. That's the verbo al revés. And this could also be, in addition to gustar, chocar, or encantar. And then your subject is going to be this comer here. And then this could be, comer is a verb, but it could also be a noun. Like, if you want to say, I like apples, you can say, me gustan manzanas. But so this is just the very basics of what we have learned so far. So now, if I want to add in this no here that I have in the formula, I would put that here. So I would say, no me gusta comer is the opposite of me gusta comer. And then, this a blank here, in this case, because here I have it that they must match. So if I want to say me gusta or something, then I would say, me. No me gusta comer. So this and this, they need to be the same. So I'll write a little equal sign here. Those need to be the same. And now, this is like a total full sentence of what you would use for a verbal al revés. But this a me and this no, that's why I have the parentheses there, those aren't in every sentence. But these bones of this sentence are going to be in every single one of your verbos al revés sentences. So now here I have a couple of examples that we can use to practice. If you feel confident enough, then go right ahead and pause the video and try to translate these two sentences into Spanish. And I'm going to pause the video right now and go write them, and then we can come back and talk about it. So pause the video right now if you want to challenge yourself. Alright, so I wrote in the answers here, so we'll look at the we don't like fruit sentence first. So I have this a nosotros here as part of our beginning statement before we go into the real meat of the sentence. And I have it in parentheses because we're using nos anyway, and that suggests that we're talking about the subject of nosotros. So we don't really need to put in that a nosotros there. We can just have nos, but it's not incorrect if you do that. So then for the rest of the sentence, I have no nos gusta la fruta, and I have that no before my nos gusta. That no should definitely go right there before it. You put it before the this nos here, the object pronoun, and before the verb. So no nos gusta la fruta. And so this sentence is saying the fruit is not pleasurable to us. So that's how it would directly translate into English, and then that's the order that you guys would want to use. So now for Christina hates books. For this one, I have that Christina in there, but I don't have it in parentheses, and that's because le chocan los libros by itself, this part right here, we know that some person doesn't like books, but we don't know who. So that's why this Christina is a little less optional here, because you want to know who the sentence is talking about, so you want to say Christina for sure. And then I have le chocan los libros, so I have this le here, and then chocan, and in this case, I use the ending of an, because los libros is plural, los libros. So that's why I want to use the chocan ending. in this case, in the first part when I said nos gusta la fruta, I used gusta, the ending with just a, because it's singular la fruta. If I was gonna say we don't like the fruits, then I would say no nos gustan las frutas. So that ending for the gustan or chocan should match the plural ending of whatever subject you guys are using. Alright, so now I have 3 more sentences that you guys can practice with. So pause the video right now and write in the Spanish translations for these sentences, and then I will write them in as well. So if you pause right now, then you can come back and we can talk about the answers. Alright, so here are the answers. For this first one here, I have a ti te gusta bailar. So again, I have that a ti in parentheses because saying that is just like saying te gusta bailar by itself, because we don't really need to specify who you are or who the subject is. We just need to use that te. So a ti, while it's not wrong, is optional. And then te would be that object form of you. And then gusta is our proper word for like. And then I have gusta. And then because this is a verb, I'm going to still use that gusta translation. I'm going to use gusta for verbs and singular of these. And then I'm going to use gustan for when it's plural. So now for the second sentence, I have he loves Spanish class, which is a él le encanta la clase de español. So again, just like with a ti te gusta, I'm going to say a él is optional in this case because le encanta tells us we're talking in like the third person. Here you could use a él because then you know that you're talking about a he rather than a she, but still it's optional in this case. And then I have le because that is the right object form of he. Encanta because encanta in la clase, there's no s, there's no plural for la clase, so then I'm going to use encanta, not encantan for that one. And for my last sentence, I have they don't hate you. A ellos los no choca tú. Did you catch it? This los and no are actually not in the right order. So this should be no los choca tú. That no should always go before the pronoun. So my correct answer should be no los choca tú. And in this case, I have my, like I said, my no before, and then los is going to be the proper object pronoun for they, and then tú is the subject here, so my choca is going to be just choca because tú is singular. And then I use tú instead of like te or something else because if you remember back from the beginning, how I have the very last part of the sentence is the subject. When we're using the second person subject, like you, in a sentence, usually we would write it as tú, like tú comes is you eat or something like that. And in that sentence, like tú is the subject. So for this one, it's no different. Even though the subject at the end of the sentence, we're still going to use tú for the subject. So that's why I use that word. So I hope you guys liked this video and I hope it was helpful. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions for next week's video, then please leave them in the comments. Thank you guys for watching!